Boss Lady Conversations with Monica L.
and Coach Khaya.
Boss ladies are
Vulnerable,
authentic,
love,
hopeful,
abundant.
respected.
Boss ladies are
You.
Welcome back, Boss Ladies. We're back with another episode of Boss Lady Conversations. I'm your girl, Coach Khaya, boss wife, mompreneur, sister, writer, and certified transformational coach. I help women reignite their dreams, access their power, and manifest, meaning live the miracles that really matter. My IG handle is at I am Coach Khaya.
And I'm Monica L., boss educator, entrepreneur, self-published author, and poet. I believe all things are possible through synergy. My IG handle is at Monica L_poet. That's MONICAEL_poet.
Yes, and we want to thank all of our friends who've become listeners and our listeners who have become our friends. Please continue to spread the word. Remember, this is more than a show. This is a movement, and we can't do this without you. We're better together, and we really appreciate you and love you for joining us.
Hey, boss ladies. Merry Christmas, Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy Holidays. We know the holidays can bring up so many emotions, and today's show is about helping you raise your vibration this holiday season so you can dance right into 2022, new year, hey, new beginnings. And our intention for today's show is to help boss ladies take the time to regroup, restore, and practice more alignment.
Love that. This is such a wonderful conversation to have right about now, Monica L., because I'm going to be real with you. Most boss ladies are tired around this time. We have been running. We have been jogging. We've been skipping. We've been doing all the things to try to reach our goals, segment by segment, day by day, hour by hour. Some of our boss ladies have even been counting the seconds, okay? And so here we are at the end of a long year. And we are tired. So it is so important that we recognize ways that we can raise our vibrations. A reset can make all of the difference between how you feel and how you respond and react as the new year comes in.
Yes, Coach Khaya. I mean, tired is an understatement. I think that is something that's universal across gender, race, socioeconomic status. We are tired. Like you say, count down the seconds. For some of us, we have a mini vacation because of our industry. And when I say count down the seconds, I could not wait to put that auto reply message on that I am not here and I will respond to you when I get back. I mean, tired from professional, personal, and some things we can say this is now over and it can hold until 2022, where we have personal responsibilities that unfortunately cannot. But just being mindful of what we're doing, setting clear intentions, and more importantly, knowing what we really have to do versus what we want to do or what others expect of us. Because again, we are tired, rightfully so. Global pandemic, everything that's going on, so much sadness, but we're still trying to vibrate high and focus on the positivity of life, which is we are still here. And we're going to talk about those positive vibrations and how our boss ladies can move forth into 2022 and beyond.
That is so beautiful. Everything you said, I was just nodding my head and really stepping into the wisdom that you're sharing, because it's all true. And we not only need to take that pause, we need to recognize how far we've come.
Yes, we have really become far. Just from this podcast, I feel that we've grown and hopefully our community has grown, and just the light and the vibrations and knowing that we are in this moment, but this moment does not have to overtake us. We are strong and we're walking by faith and not by sight. So we are able to move on because we know where our source comes from. So yes, 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 and yes.
Amen.
Yes, yes. And today we're going to explore some everyday ways to raise your positive vibration. So let's get right into the first one, Coach Khaya.
So number one, meditation. I know it keeps coming up, but meditation is such a great way to raise your vibration because what it does is it helps you go from head to heart and you really begin to sit with yourself and embrace that stillness. And in that stillness is inner peace. So there are so many benefits to meditation. The first one is to reduce stress. Stress is real and stress will take you out. And you have to reduce it in any way that feels meaningful and powerful to you. And so meditation is one of those tools that people use to reduce their stress. They stop, they pause, they listen to their breath, and they begin to watch their thoughts without participating in them. So it's like you have a thought in your mind, you have a to-do list, and you just become an observer of the things that your mind is telling you, but you're not feeding into every single thing. And it definitely takes practice, but it is a wonderful way to tap into your stillness and raise your vibration. Another thing that meditation does is meditation promotes productivity. So let's say you have to write something or you really need to start working on a big project. Sometimes you can just set your timer for 3 or 5 minutes and just give yourself some time of stillness to just be with yourself, not moving, not worrying, just being still. And you might find that when you go to do that project, your mind is so clear that you have access to those ideas that will help you to be way more productive and you'll end up saving yourself time in the long run. And then finally, meditation regulates your mood. As women, we have a lot of hormones. We have a lot of emotions. We have a lot of responsibilities, right? We have a lot going on. You know, we say we're complicated, we're complex, but it is our moods can change because we're dealing with so many different things that people have no idea of even what we're dealing with. And meditation is a way that we can regulate our mood to be more even in our emotions. So I love it. And I know that so many boss ladies are utilizing meditation, which is something that you can do for free. You can get on YouTube, find a million guided meditations and just see which one resonates with you.
Yes, Coach Khaya. Oh my God. I became a listener for a minute. You definitely dropped a number of gems and just things that definitely I can take away from it. I was introduced to meditation probably about 5 to 6 years ago, and it really did do all of those things that you mentioned. It helped calm my thoughts. And as a writer, sometimes, you know, you have all these things going on internally and you're trying to figure out, how do I get this out to the paper? And sometimes I just had to go to sleep or I just had to quiet my mind so that I can just focus on that task, whether it be take a nap or just, like you say, just being more mindful of your thoughts. And it definitely reduces stress. And I'm glad you brought that up. Stress is a killer, like for real. Like people really have to monitor how you deal with stress and not allowing it to overtake you. And what I would like to talk about is practicing gratitude. And I know we talked about gratitude before, but just, you know, it could be just the small things, like being thankful for the person who's cooked for you. I know a lot of us are boss moms, boss wives, and you're probably thinking, Monica L., who cooked for me? But I mean, in a very simple sense of, maybe you went out to get something to eat. Maybe you went to get that lunch, or maybe you got that coffee at Starbucks or whatever. You know, just being thankful to that person in the service industry who was there to serve you. Also, you can think about being thankful for good health. We know now at this age, that is not something that we should ever take lightly. I think, you know, when you're adolescents and you're in your 20s, you're like, oh, you just take it for granted that I'm always going to be mobile. I'm always can eat and drink whatever I want to, and I'll be good. And then as you mature in age, you really see things differently. You know, the body moves differently as you age, you know, being more active. So really being thankful for good health, meaning that when you go to the doctor, you get a clear and clean bill of health. That is something to be thankful for, not to be on, so many prescriptions and things of that nature. Just blood pressure is good, all those things. That is something to be thankful for and not to take for granted. And then also people who help you with personal tasks, whether it be just person at the grocery store who helped bag your groceries or helped you get to the car. Thankful for the person who opened the door as you were struggling to get in with that case of water or whatever, just really showing gratitude. It's the small things that can mean so much. And that light that you shine and give to others will also be reflected back to you. And in the workplace, let's be thankful for our colleagues who help us with a project or to look at, far as an email or something before it goes out, or just see that you're struggling that day and come over and say, how are you? How may I help you? Now, I know that may not be common, but, let's be thankful for those who do and those various times that it happens. And then lastly, which is also important, let's be thankful for the things that we do have, the finances, the fact that we do have a place, we have shelter, we have food, not taking anything for granted during this holiday season when everyone is going through so much, and just being thankful for being able to listen to this podcast, thankful that you have time and you've made time for yourself to be better in this global pandemic.
So beautiful, Monica L. I love what you said, because so much of what you said has to do with recognizing that there are other people who are being supportive of you. And that's something I know as a boss lady, we feel like we got to wear the cape, the wings, the battery operator. We got to have a backup for the backup for the backup. And it's not a good feeling to feel like nobody helps me, nobody supports me. But what you're saying is to recognize, open your eyes and recognize the people who are serving you in various ways. I think that is such a gem. And that made me feel even more supported, just really following through on everyone that you mentioned and seeing how people show up in your life for a reason. So I would say number 3 is to throw yourself a dance party. Boss ladies, get it, get it, get it, get it. Don't be afraid to get it, okay? Throw yourself a dance party. There is something about dance that frees your spirit. Sometimes we can have something locked in our body that we don't want. And sure enough, you can dance it out. Dance it out. Dance off that stress. Dance off that depression, sadness, all of that stuff. You can dance it out and see how you feel. I love this scene. Sanaa Lathan in Nappily Ever After. She had a very stressful day at work and she came home and she just was getting it. Okay. She was releasing that stress and I was just dancing with her. Like, I think about that scene so much because I love the fact that she showcased that, on the big screen, so that we could see like that there is a tool for an alignment, and it really starts with yourself, releasing the stress, dancing it off. And we will definitely put the link to that scene so that you boss ladies can just play it and experience it for yourself.
Yes, Coach Khaya. Oh, you touched on so many things as well. I know I got this Spotify playlist and oh my God, y'all might be questioning me as a boss lady if you heard the playlist, but that's neither here nor there. But yes, when I turn on music, it just takes me somewhere else, no matter what my mood is, no matter what I'm going through. I think I can sing like Whitney Houston and I could dance like Janet Jackson, but none of those are true. But anyway, in my mind, I am having the best concert of my life by myself with my music. So yeah, something about music, and it can just evoke so many emotions. And I really love that scene also. And so thank you for bringing that up. And the 4th tip we would like to give is surround yourself with people who vibrate high. Now, I know we speak about high vibrations, and we know that everyone in the world is, in a different space, whether it's through their emotional space or just where they are professionally or not. But, really think about the people you surround yourself with, because that can make a big deal in your life. So if you are around people that are positive and pour into you and see the glass as half full versus half empty, that's what you want to surround yourself with, people like that, people who pour into you, people who have the tools to sit and listen and have that space. So really being mindful of who you surround yourself with. Now, we know that some people you can't control if they're in your space, but the people that you are intentional, that you can select, be mindful of that, people who vibrate high, because again, we want to reflect what we receive. And so when you share your light, you want to be with those who also have that light to share as well.
I love that. And that's the reason why we've created this Boss Lady Conversations community, because we want to surround ourselves with people who vibrate high. We want this movement to align our positive energy so that we can continue to put positive things out into the world, because that really is our purpose. Number 5, appreciate yourself a little more each day. Show yourself that kindness, that love. Give yourself celebrations when you do something that goes well. Sometimes we move so fast, we don't even take a moment to be like, oh my goodness, you did that. You did that. Sometimes you won't always get that from other people. So be the one to give that to yourself, because it matters. And the more that you shower yourself with that love and appreciation, the more you'll be able to share that love and appreciation with others. And then sooner rather than later, you will embody appreciation.
Oh, Coach Khaya, that one touched too. Yes. I think we all can personalize that. Sometimes we're doing so much. Like you say, take the time to smell the roses, but smell your roses, the fruits of your labor. We all have worked so hard, personally, professionally. Like, let's really celebrate ourselves, because sometimes if you don't do it, no one else will. And this is a long journey, and let's make the most of this journey. Number 6 is laugh. Laugh your head off as often as possible. Laughter. Laughter is so important. It just changes your whole mood. It's kind of going back to the whole music, appreciation yourself. All this ties together. But laughter is just so important. Sometimes we really take this life very, very seriously. And I understand that there is times where you have to be serious, but we don't have to take everything so seriously and be so uptight, because again, that's not contributing positive to your body or your mental state. So laugh when you can. Maybe sometimes go and be around some kids that have less than a care in the world and just enjoy them. You can be a big kid. It's okay. Why you can't be a big kid for a couple of minutes, just to break up a lot of times our stressful environments where we're just trying to move from work to home to cooking, cleaning, and all of that. Like, just take a minute to laugh, whatever that is, finding your favorite comedy. It's okay to watch a comedy or whatever your guilty pleasure is, but just taking that time for self to laugh.
Laughter is truly food for the soul. And I love that you said that. Really living a life of laughter is such a blessing. And it does so much for your body, your mind, your soul, and your spirit. I want to do more laughter yoga this year, and I'm really excited about it. And I know they say in laughter yoga that you don't even have to be laughing for real to get the benefit. So just so people know, you can fake it till you make it. If you start to laugh, you are still getting the benefit, even if it's not a real laugh yet. So there it is. Number 7, breathe. Boss ladies, inhale deeply, exhale completely. Breathe. Sometimes we're holding our breath and we don't even realize it. We're running, trying to do so many things for so many people, trying to reach all of these goals, take care of these to-do lists, and we're not even being cognizant that we are breathing unassisted. That is a whole miracle. There are so many people that would pay billions of dollars just to breathe unassisted. So take the time, honor your breath, and appreciate the fact that you have it and that you are alive.
If that could be a mic drop, I don't know. Yes, breathe. And sometimes it just takes a moment. So that's just going back to being intentional. Like you say, we're running, we're jumping, we're hustling, or even if we're running and jumping in our minds, and we're not physically, it's just taking that time just to breathe. And you can really calm your own self down of what you're going through. You can calm your heart rate. There's so many things that you can do yourself to take care of yourself, which leads into the next one. Care about how you feel. A lot of times, and I think as women, we are so concerned about everybody else around us and how they feel. How can you make them better? What did you do wrong? How you need to apologize, how you need to show up. But how about reflecting that back to yourself? How you feel? Do you have to do this? Are you doing this to make someone else happy? Are you moving with intention for yourself? Is this a responsibility or is this an option? Like really being mindful and being present in the moment. And I think a lot of times we take that for granted. We think because we're physically present that we're present. But a lot of times our minds are all over the place. We're thinking about the next thing we have to do, or we got the phone going off, whether it's an email notification or a text message or something you forgot to do, or someone saying that this is now important, but really taking the time to care about how you feel. How you feel, your physical health, your emotional health, your mental health. How do you feel? And being in that moment and being intentional. So really this time, take the time to care about how you feel and quieting any of that negativity that may be internally. Because again, society is doing a great job of making us feel a certain kind of way. So we need to redirect that and just make sure our energy is right so we can vibrate high. And again, bring that energy into us that we want, which is positive vibrations. Thank you, boss ladies. Let's get it.
Thank you. What I heard you say was we don't want to have too many obligations on our backs. And I heard that and I appreciate that because we're always feeling like if we don't do this, then people are going to think that, and I'm expected to do this and I'm expected to do that. But guess what? It is your life and no one feels the feelings that you feel. No one has the pressure that you have. And sometimes a no is an act of self-care and a revolutionary act.
Okay. Again, no. That's what I heard. No, because I'm taking care of myself, boundaries, knowing what you can and cannot do. No one wants someone just to be there out of obligation. So really to think about how you are treating yourself and make sure that others treat you the same way that you treat yourself. So you have to show them how to treat you well.
Amazing. Gems. So now we'd like to highlight two boss ladies who vibrate high and they aren't afraid to be vulnerable, to be open, to share some of their struggles, to share their hearts with us, and also to set clear boundaries. So the first boss lady I'd like to highlight is India Arie Simpson, also known as India Arie. She's an American singer, a songwriter, and she burst onto the music scene in 2001 with the release of Acoustic Soul, a richly textured collection of songs about self-confidence, acceptance, and healing. Her music blends soul, hip-hop, and folk. In 2001, she was nominated for 7 Grammy Awards, including Song of the Year, Best New Artist, and Album of the Year. She has sold over 3.3 million records in the US and 10 million worldwide. She has won 4 Grammy Awards from her 23 nominations, including Best R&B Album. And sis, let me tell you how much we love India Arie. She has always been such a positive force. Like sometimes her lyrics, they just play in my head, like having a private party. Like, she acknowledges when you need to be with yourself. She also is there for you when you want to think about love and honoring your hair just as it is. I mean, she has just made this journey of being a boss lady, so beautiful. And I just pray that she's able to continue vibrating high and sharing her messages and inspiring us all.
Yes, you said it, Coach Khaya. I mean, India, for me, we're very close in age. And when she came out, oh my God, I just can't even put into words like her light. And when you say like, brown skin and I am not my hair, it spoke so much. And it also spoke to loving your natural body. And again, we love everyone and it's a freedom of choice for everyone. But that self-love that we're talking about, the high vibrations, she embodies all of that. And I am glad that she is still producing music and that she is still with us. And she's just a light. She is truly a light. So anyone who doesn't know, you need to check out our girl, India Ari. And this week, I would like to salute Sanaa Lathan. And I know we talked about her earlier in this podcast, but she is an American actress. Throughout her career, Sanaa simultaneously has performed in stage plays such as the Broadway production A Raisin in the Sun, which led to a Tony Award nomination. In addition, Sanaa has been nominated by the NAACP for the Best Actress for her work in the production To Take Arms, the Image honor for Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture for her role in The Best Man, and the Image Award for the Best Actress in a Motion Picture for her excellent performance in Love and Basketball. And that is one of my favorite movies, Monica Wright. She continues to represent boss ladies by choosing roles that honor our complexity and beauty. I love Sanaa Lathan.
I love her too. She's one of those actresses where if she's in the film, she's going to bring it. Every time, like the consummate professional, just ready to go, just ready to allow us to fully express ourselves in whatever role that she's choosing to play. That she chooses her roles intentionally and she really gives of herself. And I think it's so inspiring to see that every time and have that representation. And so we definitely appreciate her. We give her flowers and we look forward to seeing her continue to live her best life.
Yes. Amen. I love her. I loved her in so many of different her roles and just being her, like you said. I mean, she is also one that embodies just the beauty and the complexities of being a woman. And I mean, at one point she shaved her head. I mean, she goes all in for all of her roles. And, she just seems like someone we could just go have coffee with. And we welcome her if she wants to be on Boss Lady Conversations.
And India Ari, we welcome all of our boss ladies. We would love for you to come on our show because it's not just all talk. We really do admire you and appreciate your artistry and your vision. Well, that's our show for today. Here's a recap. We offered you 8 tips to help you raise your vibration as you embrace the last of 2021 and embrace the fullness of your blessings in 2022. The first tip was to meditate. The second one was to practice gratitude. The third tip was to throw yourself a dance party. The fourth tip was to surround yourself with people who vibrate high. And you're already doing that because you're a Boss Lady Conversations listener. The fifth tip was to appreciate yourself a little more each day. Number 6 was to laugh as often as possible. Number 7 was to breathe. Number 8 was to start caring about how you really feel.
Yes, Coach Khaya, amazing. And thank you so much for the recap. We hope you're walking away from today's show feeling empowered to take on the holidays in 2022 with Boss Lady Aligned Energy.
If you haven't already done so, please follow us on Spotify and iHeartRadio.
And you'll be notified whenever we post a new Boss Lady Conversation episode.
You are who you say you are.
You're destined for great things. Your life matters each and every day.
Now go get your blessings, boss ladies.